One man is in custody. Another is on the run. The third is dead, having taken his own life. 3 lives lost. 3 families in mourning. And a nation grappling with yet another case of femicide, one that has sent shockwaves through the country. As a 34-member task force established by President William Ruto, led by former Deputy Chief Justice Nancy Baraza, takes up the fight against gender-based violence, the case of Lydia Tokesi stands out as a chilling reminder of the horrors of love gone sour. Lydia Tokesi was a bright, ambitious 29-year-old Moi University graduate. She had dreams, hopes, and a future she believed she was building with the man she loved. On the night of January 4, 2025, she left her parents' home in Dagoretti, Nairobi, to visit her boyfriend in Ongata, Rongai. The two had been together for 8 years, and despite their ups and downs, Lydia was deeply committed to the relationship. So committed, in fact, that she had taken out a bank loan to buy her boyfriend a car, a vehicle he used to earn a living through a digital taxi-hailing service. That night, neighbours recall hearing music blasting from the boyfriend's house as the couple spent the evening together. By morning, silence had replaced the revelry. Back in Dagoretti, Lydia's family became anxious when she failed to respond to their calls. Hours turned into days, and their worst fears began to set in. By January 5th, they had reported her missing at the Dagoretti police station. A frantic search ensued, with the family taking to social media, appealing for any information that could lead to Lydia's whereabouts. Days passed. No sign of Lydia. Then came January 12th. A distress call reached the Dagoretti police station that morning. A body had been discovered in Gattaca Forest, Ongata, Rongai. The description matched Lydia. When her family arrived at the crime scene, their worst fears were confirmed. Their beloved daughter, missing for a week, had been found. But not as they had hoped. Her body was partly decomposed, a grim testament to the horror she had endured. Detectives from the Nairobi Area Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau, alongside homicide investigators, were called in. The scene painted a gruesome picture, one that demanded specialized investigative skills. Forensic analysis of Lydia's phone led investigators to the house where she had spent the night of January 4th, her boyfriend's apartment. Inside, evidence spoke louder than words. A half-empty bottle of whiskey, the same one Lydia and her boyfriend had been drinking. Clothes and shoes believed to belong to Lydia. A handwritten note, one that revealed tensions in their relationship. It was clear their once strong love had hit a breaking point. But the most damning evidence. Lydia had taken a loan from a microfinance bank in Nairobi, not for herself, but for her boyfriend. She had financed his livelihood, placing her trust in him. And yet, days after her disappearance, that very car was seen being driven by someone else. The prime suspect, her boyfriend, the same man who had now vanished without a trace. As detectives pieced together Lydia's final days, another chilling discovery was made. Another murder, eerily similar to Lydia's case, had just unfolded elsewhere. Is there a pattern? Are we witnessing a disturbing trend of intimate partner violence escalating to femicide? This case is far from over.
This incident followed another in which a 32-year-old man traveled from Nairobi to Nandi County and stabbed his estranged wife to death before taking his own life. In what has emerged to be a planned murder-suicide, complete with a written plan, Hanice Samani Juma, on January 13th, allegedly traveled to Kiboreng village in search of his estranged wife, Winnie Akusuha. The couple had been living together in Nairobi until early this year, when they parted ways. The 30-year-old woman decided to relocate to her rural home while the man remained in the city. A police report on the incident revealed that on the fateful night the man, who had taken time to plan the murder, arrived at the house just before 7 p.m. Winnie's parents, who were also neighbors, heard a scream and ran into their daughter's house. They found Winnie's body in a pool of blood on the kitchen floor. Winnie had suffered multiple knife stab wounds. The parents called for help and rushed their daughter to the nearby Juma hospital, where she was pronounced dead on arrival. She had succumbed to the knife wounds. While at the health facility, the husband of the dead woman was brought into the hospital, where he too was pronounced dead moments later. He is said to have died by suicide by ingesting 5 packets of rat poison and slitting his neck with a knife.
Usitengeneze jina kwa tajiri yako, jina tengeneza kwa Yesu. Kwa tajiri yako umeenda kazi na pesa. So, ukipata kazi, chapa kazi. Na ukipata chance ya kupora huyo tajiri wako, pora yeye uomoke hata wewe.
Detectives from Chapatalu police station, who visited the scene, recovered a written note from the man's house. These notes, which the police are treating as a suicide note, bore the man's murder plan. In this letter, he had outlined how he would travel to his estranged wife's home, attack her, and also end his life. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive. These tragic stories remind us of the harsh realities behind the headlines: lives lost, families shattered, and the urgent need for action against gender-based violence. At LifeLens TV, we remain committed to uncovering the truth, telling the untold, and giving a voice to the unheard. If you found this report insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and take care of each other. See you in the next one.
Kijana kuna kitu kutoka nyumba akamdunga.
Sasa jana nilikuwa kwa meza na watoto wakisoma, na mama ya watoto alikuwa jikoni akitengeneza chakula. Kidogo nasikia nduru, mama yani bibi ya kwangu anapiga nduru, ananiambia Musa kuja, msichana amewawa. Kwenda jikoni nakuta huyu bwana, huyu msichana amedunga msichana, alafu akachukua chupa, sijui ilikuwa na ya sumu, akatupa, alafu akatupia birth certificate ya watoto. Alafu ndio tukaanza kufurutana hapo, tukamsukuma paka nje. Kumbe msichana alisema tu baba nimewawa, nikawa tu nimesha.
Hata sikukuwa nimefika kwa bedroom, nikasikia nduru, wai mama, mimi wananiua. Nastuka, ni nini mbaya? Na nani anaua mtoto wangu? Nikarudi tu nyuma. Wakati nilirudi nyumba, nikakuta baba ya watoto wa Winnie amedunga msichana wangu visu mara kadhaa kwa shingo, mgongoni, kifuani, na damu ndio hiyo inatiririka. Nikaita mzee nikamwambia, we umekaa hapo sitting room, unajua yenye inatendeka hapa, kuja haraka. Wakati alikuja anasema ni nani huyu na nini inafanyika.
Nilishangaa, tukajaribu vile tunaweza beba mwili, tukuweza, tukaitana, tukapata wasaidizi, tukaweka kwa blanketi.
The police officers from Cameroon police post went to the scene and they found the murder weapon at the scene. Also recovered the bottle that was used by the assailant to take the poison. They were kept to be used as an evidence of the act. The DCI is on it, and we are following on closely to see what transpired to the incidents.